Last year, I drove this very car on a media press event in New York. I was riding around with the PR guy, Antonio Jakes, and he was pointing out everything in here that was a reason why I should have gotten this one for my daughter rather than the Corolla. But the Civic wasn't out yet, so the Corolla was still a great choice. But on this video, we're going to talk about what things about this Civic I might have chosen over that Corolla, and what my wife says might have prevented her from picking this one for our daughter. But before we get started, if you haven't already done so, take a moment to like and subscribe, and then click that bell so you won't miss our reviews each week as they come out. Welcome back to the Auto Insider. This week, we're reviewing this 2025 Honda Civic Sport Touring. This is the hybrid sedan that may have changed our mind about our daughter's first vehicle. You may recall, I spent a little time behind the wheel of this Honda Civic Hybrid last year, driving from upstate New York back to Manhattan with my guy Antonio Jakes from the PR team over at Honda. He spent a lot of time pointing out all the small details about this vehicle that should have sold me for this car against my daughter's Toyota Corolla. This vehicle wasn't out when I bought the Corolla, so I was having a little bit of buyer's remorse at the time. After checking it out, I see why this vehicle, for the fourth time in a row, has won the North American Car of the Year award. Let's see if we made the right decision or not. For 2025, this is the most powerful non-Type R Civic ever produced. It has two motors, 200 horsepower, and 232 pound-feet of torque. This CVT doesn't feel like a traditional CVT, and that's because Honda has what they call a linear shift control. It simulates real gear shifts, and it feels like it's really changing gears. This is one of the things that separates this hybrid from most other hybrids we've driven lately. Now to my wife. She says this may be too fast for our 17-year-old. But I say when she's emerging on the 285 every week, trying to get to volleyball practice, leaving the city, going to the suburbs, this acceleration is exactly what she needs to merge into traffic seamlessly and not holding everybody up. But this Touring is not just fast, it's also loaded. Leather seats, dual climate controls, heated seats, a 12-speaker Bose audio system, and a 9-inch touchscreen with Google built in, including Assistant, Map, and Play Store. There are even two USB-C fast charging ports in the front seat, plus a wireless charging pad for that extra phone. Honda tuned the suspension for the hybrid to make it a lot quieter. When you move into the electrification segment of vehicles, people are looking for a more quiet cabin. The ride is smooth, quiet, and thanks to the active noise control and the wheel resonators, it feels more premium in here than most other vehicles in this segment. I did hear a bit of a rattle in the back, but I think it's a loose speaker. Never heard that on my ride through New York, so I'll make that just a note, but nothing that would ding the Honda Civic for. And now for acceleration on the I-285 here in Atlanta. This is where this 200 horsepower really comes in handy. You might have heard that program shift. It sounds and feels like a real automatic transmission. Now for the ride quality. If you'll notice here, it's a lot quieter in here than you'd expect from a compact entry-level sedan. And then this cruise control. I've set the distance I want to keep from the vehicle ahead of me. I've set the speed I want to drive. And now the Civic takes control. And as you can see, while it's not pure autonomous driving, the cameras and sensors do follow the lines on the road. And as you can see, it follows the curve here on the highway. With just a little input from the driver every once in a while, this Civic ought to get you there safe and sound with very little stress and very relaxed. The Civic Hybrid is available as a sedan or a hatchback. It gets up to 50 miles per gallon in the city. Starting price is $28,750 for the Sport Hybrid sedan and tops out at $32,650 for the Sport Touring hatchback. We ultimately chose the Corolla Hybrid SE for our daughter. The Civic wasn't out yet. It's a solid car, and had the Civic been out, we would have had a serious debate on our hands. It's quicker, quieter, and more refined. Compared to the Corolla, the Elantra Hybrid, and even the upcoming Kia K4 Hybrid, this Civic has the best balance of power, fuel efficiency, and drivability. Neither the Honda Civic nor my daughter's Corolla have USB fast charging ports in the second row, which I think with teens, that's a big miss. The only other thing I could find wrong with this Civic is the fact that it doesn't have XM satellite radio on the version that we drove. Big miss for Honda. The Civic doesn't have XM radio, no satellite radio. I guess that's good for me since I'm on AM, but for those of you who want satellite radio, you don't have it in the Honda Civic Sport Touring Hybrid. Just AM, FM, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and Alexa, but no Sirius XM radio. I had to find something wrong with it. Well, you watched this far, so if you haven't already done so, take a moment to like and subscribe so you don't miss our reviews as they come out each week. Until next week, I'm Daryl Killian for the Auto Insider.